Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the MASE and SHADY show. Thank you for joining us for our Real Housewives of Atlanta review. How you doing tonight, Mace?
Surviving, trying to be a survivor. just trying to be a survivor. I didn't realize our theme song is real catchy. Our theme music, had me over here. How you doing tonight?
Song I put together.
How are you tonight?
It feels like it needs to be Friday already. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, because it seems like this week is dragging. I'm like, it's only Tuesday.
I think it's because we had the fourth coming up. That's y'all's Freedom Day. That's not my Freedom Day, but that's y'all's Freedom Day.
Yeah,
that day off. So I'll just take that day because it made me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just rest on the 4th. I'm gonna just lie down. I'm gonna just stay underneath my covers and lie down.
We're working on the 4th, so I don't know. I just take a break whenever I can get one. Even though it's during the middle of the week almost.
Yeah, but this week is dragging. I'm like, it should have been at least Thursday by now.
Because I think the BET was so exhausted, it just drained out.
It took a lot of all that hood behavior. Like, I thought I could handle it. I thought I was, but it has drained me. It has drained me. Like all this.
It's horrible. The Sexy Red video is going viral, and it's just not a good look at all.
It is not. Poor Bobby Jones on the side. I'm like, oh my God. And she had the nerve to say, he said we look nice.
Did she say that?
Yeah, she was like that. She basically, I guess someone confronted her about, dancing in front of the gospel folk. And she was like, he wasn't mad. He said we look nice. So let me find out Bobby Jones was over there trying to catch an eye.
Bobby Jones is.
She said when they pointed them out, because they showed her the video. They showed her the video and they told her, do you know who this is? This is, this is of the gospel. She was like, he said we look nice. So I was like, Bobby Jones is probably just catching the eyeful. JT still lying, saying that she beat Uzi Bird head in for a seat. I'm like, that must have been the best seat in the building. Because the way she beat him with that ball.
Always go every year. He go every year, don't he? To the BET Awards.
Well, which one?
Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
He go every year?
Yeah.
This will be his last year. I'm pretty sure, unless Tyler do some changes. I bet you it's going to be some changes next year. I don't think Tyler probably had it long enough to get those changes.
Yeah, probably stuff was probably already in the works. I don't think, he probably didn't have anything to do with this. He's just taking the 4 by default. He like,
but he in charge. If you the man, you the HNIC, so you need to make sure it's right. So the episode starts off with Drew. You said you was gonna say something?
I said invite only. They just let everybody in. No, I said next time they need invite only. They just let everybody in.
We just need a really specified guest list. Like unless you're nominated, you can't come, and you're gonna have to purchase your food ahead of time, and we're gonna have to do background checks.
Basically, yeah.
The episode starts off with Drew in her house getting ready for the you already know video. I think the song is cute enough. I think she can carry a tune. So I was, I'm happy to see her. She's practicing the choreography, and her mom is there, and she's talking about how her sister, who was her former manager, is coming to visit as well, and she had like a mental problem, like a mental break, and decided to take time off, or maybe Drew let
Mhm.
her be off so she could take care of herself. And
Yeah, probably sound like
she's
that.
been working on herself. But Ralph is
Did you
mad
ever
because
mention a
she said a
sister
few
before?
things about Ralph. Hmm?
I wonder what she said about Ralph. People are always mad when you tell them the truth.
She said that he was controlling. She said that he was controlling and manipulative. I mean, she wasn't
Um,
lying.
she was not lying, according to what we see. As far as what we see down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that's what it seems like. Very,
Yeah,
but some
that's what
people
it
don't
comes
like to be
down
found out.
I think he should, let go of that pettiness, but clearly he's holding on to it, and we'll see it like towards the end. Because I do feel like he does know how to manipulate and he knows how to gaslight. And even if
Yeah,
he
and then he
sounded,
knows he does.
he knows he does. He has this way of talking and this way of saying things that's triggering. And we'll talk about it later on, but I feel like he triggered somebody later on. So the sister is coming. They don't really have a good relationship, and Drew, really hopes that they work it out. Even though Drew knows she's telling the truth, she banned her sister from the house. So would you ban your family member that's telling you the truth about your husband?
Hell
I mean, it's
no.
your husband.
But I'm not banning my family member, especially someone as close as my sister. And especially if me and my sister are on good terms, and I'm not banning my sister from a house. Like, I'm sorry, because I wouldn't ask my husband. Like, how could you even ask me that as a husband? Like, that's like immediate family. I could see if it was a long distance cousin that said something, I got out the way, maybe, and then I may consider it. I don't even think I would do it, but I would feel some type of way if you asked me to ban one of my family members for not even have a legitimate reason because they said the truth to you. I could see if they stole something, or did something to that magnitude. But just because she had her opinion on you, that is formidably true. Now you want me to ban her? No, I'm not doing that to my family. Sorry. Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Drew wants to do whatever it takes to save the relationship. Even when she was on Watch What Happens and Andy was asking her questions about the relationship, she seemed like she didn't really want to say how bad it was. It seemed like she was still holding back and kind of protecting Ralph a little bit. And some people are speculating that they might be trying to work it out, and not get a divorce. That they're
Well,
working on things
we
because
can
she
see
didn't say
that.
a lot of things.
Yeah, we can see that because
Yeah,
especially their dynamic
I
of their
mean, I guess
relationship. She doesn't want to be a failure. I think being that she even came in with the extra kid, because I think that is even like a stain for her. I don't know if I'm using it right. I think that's like a stain for her. That's why she wanted Ralph to adopt the boy so much so it could seem legitimate. Some women are like that. Like, look, I came in a relationship with a child that's not my husband's. Maybe if he adopts my husband and adopts my child and seems like he's the best doting father for my child, we could X out the other father, act like he never existed, and we could go on with our happy family, and that stain in my life is no longer there. And I think she doesn't want to seem like a loser again. Like, this is my second time around with a second set of kids, a different man. I don't want to seem like a loser. So I think she will try to do everything to save it.
This reminds me a lot of Eva's relationship because it was the same thing. She wanted to get rid of the old baby daddy.
But she had good reason. Now Eva,
she had good reasons.
We're gonna give Eva her thing. We're gonna give her grace on that one because I would want to get rid of him too. That man was allegedly a nut. And even when he was down to Ayanla, I don't even know if Ayanla had fixed his life. I don't know if she had put his head.
Actually,
I don't know if she put his head further enough in the dirt. So,
he was the one that she put in the hole. And she was like,
yell in that hole. You need to yell. She should have. She should have had him in 10 holes yelling at because he needed to release a lot of stuff out. a lot of stuff she needs to dig 10 more holes and have him scream 10 more because he was a complete nut.
Yeah, he
was a nut, and it was a lot going on. And being that he was a little touched, and I don't know what seemingly Eva is into spiritually, but she may be into some, like spirituality and stuff like that, to whereas he thought was witchcraft, and he was calling her like saying that she did something to him, like she put something in the food.
I thought that she was come from a religious family, or am I lying?
She's into something. I'm telling you. She's into something. I don't know exactly what it is. It probably not crazy or anything like that. She probably just into spirituality, natural herbs, and stuff like that. And real she's into something though. But he said, in my opinion, she's into something. But he said that she's a witch, and that she put something on him, and that it was something in the food and something that made him go crazy and stuff like that. But I think he was already crazy, and then he probably saw her burning a candle or burning some sage. Like, what you doing? What's that? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to, he's already going through a lot of stuff like his father and abusive. He came from a lot of abuse, I believe, allegedly. And so we're gonna leave Eva alone. Let her. She's like, forget it.
Who we not giving a pass is Sheree. She's in this scene with her. I guess the guy who orders the stuff from Shein and puts the label on it. One of her managers, and she's making it seem like she's conducting business. Now they popping firecrackers outside.
They were doing it to me earlier, and I'm like, please don't do it when I go live, because it's just the ghetto. I just hear Nene walking back and forth. The ghetto! The ghetto!
It's that season. It's almost 4th of July. Hopefully they'll do it all night.
Oh, I hate that. And somebody going to blast some Latino bachata music and get it. I'm like,
yeah. That used to kill me. I used to have a neighbor like that.
And then it's hot, so you only want to close your window, so the sound is just going in. And like,
Yeah, I remember that. That was super loud.
But I am the neighbor, because like I said, I am Sharon. I'm the original Black Karen. I will be on the phone with a little cover over. Hello.
I don't do that. I just go outside in my pajamas and act the fool. And then after I act the fool, then they calm down.
And it's like a building, so I don't even know where it's coming from, because it could be coming from the building around the corner there. And I ain't trying to go around there to get piled. I'm talking about turning down. They like it's a whole crime scene because I said turn it down.
Marlo, the next scene after She by Shein, Marlo is having a stage live where she's talking with the foster kids. I forgot the name of her organization, but I guess she do lives every now and then to encourage them, to help them with being a foster child. I guess it's like a community therapy session thing that she does while she's filming. So that was another thing. And she has an upcoming date. So what do you think about her little session? And Sanya came in, and Sanya was trying to talk to her a little bit, and she's still mad about F the flowers, and she still seemed like she want to drag it. What do you think?
Marlo, it just seems so phony. Like, I can see, like, Marlo, we're not trying to say that you're not mentoring the children or that you don't do this charity work in your spare time, but it just doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's real. It just looks like you called her in, like, be here at this time. This is when the cameras go. And like you started in mid-conversation, like y'all didn't even start in the beginning. We're going to start close to the end, like such and such, so we can wrap this up fast. It's like, it's just what it was giving. I'm not saying it was, but that's what it looked like on this end. It didn't seem genuine. Because this is not something that we see on a regular basis from you. Like, if this was your organization and this is something that you're passionate about, I think we would see more of this. Like, even onto your Instagram, you were doing like with the girls, and you had them giving them clothes, but that was only when the show filmed. We didn't see anything afterwards, so it seemed fake.
And she throw them nephews back when she's not filming either. So I just felt like it was really staged and contrived. But if she is helping people, good for her. The most poignant part of the episode for me was Candy versus Sheree. So Sheree decides after the Gucci lunch, brunch, that she wants to invite Candy out so she can discuss some issues with her. Basically, and for her to show up with that mink, I felt like she was trying to stunt. Like, I got money, and I mean, like, why are you trying to stunt on Candy of all people? Like, you really showed up to a walk with a mink, and it probably wasn't even that cold. It don't get that
You
cold.
came out fully dressed. That and was that a mink or was that pigeon? It was giving pigeon-esque, like feather esque. Sheree
It could have been a
just,
rooster or something.
yeah, it was giving some type
But
of bird feather. I don't know if it was definitely wasn't a chinchilla. That was not a chinchilla. But Sheree just needs to cut it out. Like, you showing up for a jog and or walk with that furrow, like you doing something like, oh, this is what I do in my everyday life. I don't,
that's right there.
And
But
the thing is that she never take advantage. Like, Sheree gives me simpleton. She gives me less than smart, because these are the moments that you are supposed to take advantage of and sell your brand. Branding. You should be always selling. Always be closing. That's what ABC. Always be closing. You have to always be closing a deal. I don't understand why you was going for a run with Candy. This was an opportunity for you to wear your She by Sheree. This was and you were going to talk about She by Sheree. You were supposed to put on one of those outfits that you allegedly have that was on the runway and have that underneath your fur. If you want to do it like that, you supposed to do it like a big
underneath, but we couldn't tell. Like, the fur was the
You
main.
were supposed to big dog it. If you was going to give it, have your little She by Sheree underneath the fur, so you bust it out and be like, this is what I do. Hey, Ray.
Yeah, if you're gonna read somebody, about your clothing line, at least have it on. That's a reason. But I think Sheree was so caught up in, I gotta get Candy back for what she did. Like, it was about get back, because she was throwing shade because Candy had made up with Marlo briefly over the chicken. Then she made
now Candy. Candy, that was the most, I don't, we passed the 7 minutes. That was some niggerish shit. That was some niggerous. You was acting real like a niggerous.
Back about the BT Awards set us back 15 years.
Candy set us back 20. When you sit there and you apologize, you gave in for the chicken. Like, I know it smelled good. And I heard that Jamaican KFC is delicious. I heard, in Jamaica, the KFC is
the KFC is better than ours.
Yeah, they say it's like, it's fresher, but everything, even the fruits, like the fruit in Jamaica, everything is like different. The papaya, everything tastes different. But I wouldn't forget. I would just have to hold my stomach. My stomach would have been growling, but I would just sit there with my lips strong, like, don't you quiver, don't you give it, because I'm not giving in for chicken. I'm not.
Out of everything.
And then you're going to do the commercial and bring your son into this and have him dip in the chicken, put it in your mouth, for a saucy one between you and Mary J. Blige. And this crispy fried chicken and chicken.
Setting us back. I don't know why y'all determined to set us back another 50 years. But Sheree had to bring it up to kind of shade Candy. She's mad because Candy talked about her business, She by Sheen. Everybody was talking about it, and Drew was talking about it too, and other cast members was talking about it. I think Kenya said something. It was like the running joke.
Everybody said something. This was people laugh for about what, a week or two with this.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know, Ray, how it tastes, and send me a piece. Just let me know where I can pick it up.
Right. It's good. Everything, the fruit, everything tastes so much different, like so different, so good.
And Sheree is steadily trying to explain her side on why the clothes is not ready, and it's really not adding up. Like, you had plenty of time to get the clothes ready from the fashion show to the actual launch. You had plenty of time, and then Sheree throws her under the bus again, talking about she went to the restaurant and y'all had to see for y'all grade, that score that y'all get, the restaurants get. I didn't say nothing about when y'all failed y'all score, failed y'all test, or I didn't say nothing when we was waiting for 3 hours and the food still didn't come out. And then she was kind of eating her up a little bit because she planned these reads out. She planned them out, and then Kendi was like, "Well, at least you got some food. Like at least we had the product." So
no, but I'm gonna get Sheree some icy hot for her shoulders because I know they are sore from reaching, child. Because she was just reaching and reaching. Come on, like you mentioning things. This woman has multiple businesses. Like, okay, like you had the 12 people, like she said, you showed up there with 12 people. Okay, like, and you're trying to equate that to the She by Shein, that everyone saw that it was She by Shein, and the producers and whoever was down to the back of the graphics are so shady. They just kept throwing it up like, ooh, look, this is the same thing.
But the fact that they tried to tell you to do it in the first place and you said no, I'm that's beneath me, and you ended up doing it.
Anyway, you look like a fool.
Yeah. When Kendi said that part, Sheree couldn't really say anything. You just had to shut up at that point. She got
Sheree haven't been knowing what she was doing ever since Closet Freak, when Lisa Wu came out.
Hey Shar.
HR. When Lisa Wu done came out with Closet Freak faster than Sheree. Sheree has been stuck ever since. Dwight tried to come help her,
She knows it all, and I think that's what her issue is. I think when you're in a business, don't ever get to a point where I know everything and I can't learn anything else. It's always somebody that can show you something. And
always be willing to learn just as a person. It's a lot of things that we don't know, just as a person. Sometimes we close our mouth and open our ears. We learn something. You can always learn something. I learn something new every day.
And then we hear the excuses from Sheree. Well, everybody does it. Everybody in fashion does it. They put their label on stuff and then just.
But you said you wouldn't do it, and now you're doing it.
And she said she was a designer, which she's not. You're just a clothing brand at that point.
A label. All you're doing is putting your label in something that's already manufactured.
So it's not really. You're selling clothes just like that, and you try to come for Kendi store tags. Which I don't think Kendi has that store anymore.
I believe she said maybe she does have it because she just said we don't sell. Like basically, we sell other people's clothes. This is not my brand. This is not something I'm putting my name on like Candy. This is not Candy stuff. This is other stuff we're selling. Like even if it's just like press. Rashida's not back to the back sewing up press clothes, or having people.
Stuff is definitely Shein.
Yeah, like she knows it's from Shein, and like Candy's saying, basically her stuff was Shein too. Like it's from other distributors. I'm not making this. I'm not putting my name on this. And Sheree has some nerves because she won't even wear her clothes because she probably don't even have it.
She don't have any left. Everything that comes in, she got to sell. Well, Tag's Boutique is still out and about and still selling clothes.
Yes, Candy said that she was like, "This is not. I still have, but it's not my clothes." Yeah. These are, you're ordering from different.
At least she has stuff on her website that's ironed, and it looks like it's more than just T-shirts, and it's cheaper than She by Sheree.
And whoever the general public played themselves buying that shit.
Yep, whoever bought it. Because the stuff though, She by Sheree was at least $250 for a T-shirt, and I really don't understand.
That's what blew her head up when people was like buying it, but Sheree needs to stop.
Was buying it. Only people who had money to blow, money to waste, and probably Bravo was buying it. So,
but Candy, it's a shame how they're so jealous of Candy. Like you're so jealous of Candy that you don't even listen to her.
Yeah,
like listen to her because the reason why you won't listen to her is because you're jealous of her because of what she got, and if you're trying to get. So maybe you should listen.
And I think Candy was being sweet because she really could have ate Sheree up a little bit more, but she was like, you know what? I just apologize. And I really don't want to fight with you. And then that just Sheree up.
She did say I did catch a little bit of her what's that thing she does, the after show?
Speak on it.
She did say that she went in on Sheree and that she did, and they cut a lot of stuff out. She was like a lot of stuff that they cut out. She was running down a lot of the stuff that she said to her that they cut out.
I'm sure she did, but Sheree got the point and shut up. And she said she's moving forward. I think that's all she wanted was an apology. She felt like Candy did something to her. But everybody was talking about your lunch, and it was a disaster. Um, Candy is also working on the movie, and they're thinking about casting Drew, Todd's movie that he's writing, and they're thinking about casting Drew as the wife. And I guess the wife has a lesbianic affair.
Yeah,
And
Candy said she ain't trying to eat Drew Boggs.
that's a
She
conflict
said
of interest. Like, if especially if y'all that close, y'all don't need to be. If y'all have intimate scenes, like I don't think. Yeah, I think that's too much. That's too much.
But Todd was the old slick one. Todd was like, yeah, because I seen Drew for this part. He's really, he was really determined to get Drew for this part. He said that I guess he envisioned Drew for this part.
Well, Drew is cheaper.
Yeah, she's cheaper, but I understand where Candy's coming from. Like, she don't want to have that intimate scene or be, with somebody she has to see every day working with.
Well, I haven't seen Candy I don't watch The Shy, because Mary J. Blige, when she started Power, she was not that great, but now she's getting better. So I want to see Candy's acting skills. Like, how
Candy's
is she?
A great actress. Candy is a good actress. Candy embodies, like, she takes on the role. Like, Candy, even when she did, I knew she was a good actress when she did the that pussy monologues, the monologues down there when she did the one about the rape, because it was still about the mother who allowed the boyfriends to have sex with the daughter, and then she caught HIV, and then she said she gives this to every man because they gave it to her. It was really convincing. And when Candy stood on that stage then, and she did, and this came out, I felt it. It was like, and then to see her go act like on The Shy, she's doing a good job. She's on another show, Tells. I got a story to tell. She's on that. She's on Cartel. Cartel is on Amazon. Candy is on a lot of stuff, a little sidebar stuff, a lot of little bees. You
think I should get into the most? Because I'm trying to pick out some new shows. So out of those that you just named that Candy is in, which one is the best one?
The story to tell. I got a story to tell. Okay. That one's good because that one's not going to take up much of your time, and they're going to get to the point. It's a whole bunch of like little stories about like relationships and stuff like that, and like Candy's like oh well, this is what happened, such and such, and she's telling like the story of thing, and it's a pretty good show.
Okay, but I think she's doing all that acting.
Yeah,
and she had the Broadway piano lesson thing going on. So
yeah, but even when she played Mama Morton, she was good in that as well.
Okay, well, shout out to Candy, who's always booked and busy. That's why they mad at her. So
yeah, because she's like a thespian.
A thespian.
She's a thespian. She could be lesbian.
Well, she don't want to be typecast as a thespian.
But she's definitely a thespian. She's definitely a thespian. She is a performer of the arts, and she does convey, and she takes on that role. You could tell that she becomes the person, and you can tell like she's one of those method actors, and she could cry on scene and stuff like that. She's one of those. Because when that comes up. It's about to go down.
All right, and the next scene, Drew, they're waiting on their sister to get there, and I think the cameras was there, but the cameras had to leave, and the sister finally shows up, and I can see the family resemblance. You can tell that she's still kind of going through it, but she's in a better place, and she seemed very happy, that to come back to the house. But Ralph, disrespectful self, went to bed and didn't even come back downstairs when the sister got there. I mean, at least come back downstairs, just say, hey, but it just, once again, it just showed where his head was. Like, he wasn't ready to forgive her for that. So
he wasn't ready to accept.
Yeah, his responsibility.
Who he is. He's not,
He's accepting it now on social media, talking about he apologized, for his part in what they're going through right now. So a lot of people are feeling like he's trying to get Drew back.
Probably so.
He don't want the divorce because maybe he don't have a nice prenup like Tia did. Maybe maybe things might work differently.
What does Ralph do? Like, what does Ralph do?
I don't know what he does.
He better not be Apollo, because this is
Apollo still ain't got all his rights back.
this is definitely giving like, because we never like, but it was so weird because Phaedra boy, we need Phaedra back. I want Phaedra back, because if Phaedra could sit there and gaslight, because Phaedra was the original gaslighter. She gaslighted all of us while we was watching. When she sat there down to the thing pregnant, when they asked what does Apollo do, and she was like, I don't know.
And I believe Angela Stanton. I don't believe Angela Stanton was.
She said he was in recovery. She said that he was in, when people kept pressing, they was like, how you married to him? You don't know what he do. Like, they were pressing her. She said, oh, he's into recovery. And they was like, recovery? She was like, yeah, when people lose things, he goes out and finds it. We didn't know he was just finding people bank accounts. That's what.
She knew what was going on. She was probably.
She knew what was going on, but you know, she didn't lie.
Situation. She was probably helping them clean the money.
But one thing she didn't lie. She said he was in recovery, and then when people lose things, he goes out and finds it.
Yeah,
she didn't.
They lost.
He just didn't say that he was finding people's life insurance
and their car,
people's life savings. She didn't. You know, she just didn't say that.
So Drew is shooting her video in the skating rink, and I think it's cute enough. They was making fun of it, saying that it was low budget, but if you have a nice venue, a fun venue, it can kind of make up for a low budget instead of having it like outside in the parking lot, like Candace had hers. Having it inside of a venue kind of makes it better, and it's like I don't know if they was in Cascade or not, but wherever they were. It just seemed like it was a lot going on in the building, so it's good enough for the video. You know,
yeah, I think it was a cute scene, and like you said, it was really cute. I think the skating is always cute, and who said that she was trying to be like Beyonce and Blow? And if she was, so
well, Beyonce wasn't the only one to do a skate scene,
right? But even if she was, even if she took inspiration from the Queen and attempted to do it, so what? But it was cute.
And yeah, it was all right for the moment. I mean, the ladies that came looked good. Candy couldn't come and Sheree couldn't come, but all the other ladies looked good. There was no shade there.
Kenya looked real cute. I love the way Kenya looked.
Her makeup and her hair was looking.
Kenya is just so. I just always thought Kenya was just the prettiest thing on earth, and even before she came on the Housewives.
She is, and she know how to make it work and you know, dress it up.
Yeah, she's always been like the Black Barbie for me ever since she won Miss USA. Like, I always like, she's like a Black Barbie. Like,
yeah, and I like Kenya. She's grown on me over the years. She wasn't my favorite at first, but she's kind of grown on me because I was watching some clips from that old Housewives of Atlanta, and it was just a different breed back then. It was just a different show.
That's when it was good, child.
It was a different show. I was watching that episode where Nene was fussing with Sheree about Tyrone, and Sheree chasing her in the street.
They're done.
They're done. Sheree pulling Kim Wig in back in the street.
But she said she just shifted it. I just shifted it. That's classic, iconic.
A mess. Like, those shows was good. They were good.
It was, because when Nene told Sheree while you was running your mouth, I was running to the bank, cashing a Trump check.
She was so proud to get a Trump check.
She was so proud to be on the Princess. She was so proud. She was just proud that she stepped to Star Jones. She felt like she was an esquire after she put Star Jones in her place. She thought she was a new lawyer. She thought she took her position.
And moving on to what else happened, Drew and Ralph's sister. Some people might have thought this was a nice moment, but maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but I felt like Ralph was gaslighting Drew's sister when they were all standing there. And then Ralph is like, remember you had that dream? You remember how much this meant to you? You remember how you know, he was just saying all this stuff, and you know it, that she's already emotional. She's already on the brink of either happiness or sadness. She don't know which emotion she want to be. And I know what that's like. You know, you don't know what you're about to do. And And you got somebody in, remember you had that dream that one day she would have a music video in the skating rink, and this must mean a lot to you. This, it just seemed like he wanted her to have a mental
Like
break.
he wanted her to break down and cry like one emotional
That's what
moment.
I got from it. Because he kept even when she gave him a hug, he kept saying stuff. Well, this must have meant a lot to you. I mean, like, was he trying to be nice or was he trying to gaslight this girl?
You just never know. You never know with people of his, like the way he moves. Like you don't know if it's serious, if he's trying to be sincere, or if he is gaslighting you to make you feel emotional. Like it did give me a little bit like, how you may have like a drug addict uncle or something like that who's in recovery, and then somebody leave a bag of yayo around just for him.
You leave it there on purpose, and
like we would just drop it there on the counter. Oops. And then leave, and next thing you know that he done fell off the wagon again, and he done robbed everybody, but you just did it on purpose to inadvertently get him kicked out the house. Not that I did it before, but I know how this works.
I just kind of gaslighted and playing with her emotions. He was playing with her emotions. He knew she was like mentally on the verge of something, and he just took the opportunity to kind of gaslight her, and I don't like that.
Yeah. That I just she seems a little like shaken. She doesn't seem do we think that this is a good idea for her to even be on the show?
I don't know, because y'all love to exploit y'all family members.
This is what I'm saying. If this woman is dealing with some type of mental issues or any type of issues, we don't know specifically, what it is. That this being on a show and people judging and people saying things, and it may be a lot for her. Who knows? Like.
I was looking to see what star sign Ralph is, because he is a manipulator. I was like, what sign is this?
He probably a Sagittarius.
You think so? You think they're the worst manipulators?
Sagittarius can be. A Cancers. Woo, them Cancers, boy. Them.
Let me see. He is. Hold on. I don't know. They didn't pull it up.
Don't tell me you're Aries.
Aquarius. Do Aquarius manipulate like that?
I don't really know, because a lot of my friends are Aquariuses.
I just never know Aquarius to be that much of a manipulator. But I do know that they know how to gauge the situation, and sometimes you can use it. You can use your powers for evil if you want to. But I just felt like he was gaslighting her. Shar says
usually Aquariuses are very. It depends on the month, because it depends. Some of them are very blunt. Like they can be very like blunt and matter of fact or whatever.
They're straight to the point. Straight to the point. Shar says that moment looked beautiful, but you're right with Ralph Sadora. Who knows if he was sincere? It just, to me, it seemed like he was playing with her.
I'm sure I said Ralph Sadora. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What is
Ralph Sadora? Because I forgot his last name.
Yeah, it's too funny, because I was thinking when you said that you were trying to find his birthday, I'm like, what's his last name? Because I was going to ask Alexa.
I couldn't remember. I said,
I damn sure was thinking Ralph Sadora. Like, is it Sadora?
So next we have Marlo getting ready, for her little date. She got her kids with no teeth helping her out. The assistant helping her out.
That little boy is just so cute. I swear, he's just so cute with them, like the little
Mama Odie. Mama Odie from Tiana.
Yeah.
He look like Mama Odie.
What's that? Mama Odie told you so from what's that? Princess and the Frog. That's my song, because Mama Odie.
Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me for that. Forgive me. Okay. So Marlo gets in the car, and on the way, she has no storyline, so she has to call Sanya. She asks Sanya how she's been doing, what she's been going through. Sanya admits that she was invited to Drew's birthday, her music video shooting. And Marlo has this thing where she wants to be included in everything, and when she's not included, it does something to her. It makes her feel not wanted. It's that abandonment issue thing with Marlo, and that's something that she needs to work on because immediately she snapped. She hung up the phone. Was like, well, let me call her that. It called her. She was calling her all type of fake bees and everything else. That is a trigger for her. She always wants to be included. Always.
Mm-hmm. She has a strong case of FOMO.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm.
People have like the fear of missing out, like or not being involved with stuff like that. So you think I'm not good enough to come, and especially like I have to be a part. Like all the other girls were invited. Why wasn't I? What's wrong with
It's
me?
a self-esteem issue at this point. If you don't even like the person and you're not on good terms, but you expect to get an invitation, like if it was somebody I don't fool with, I wouldn't care if I was invited or not. I probably wouldn't come anyway.
Yeah, she has so like I want to see Marlo down to a couch, like therapy, like real therapy, to really work out some of her issues because that's like a lot of her issues too, like with the labels and stuff like that. A lot of times it's just to cover up. So like Kanye West, he may be crazy, but he said it best. The things we buy to cover up what's inside. They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. This is what Marlo's going through because this is what like she's really like trying to cover up, like to feel that she's good enough. Like I'm good enough. I have labels. Why can't?
But if the guy's name is what was his name?
He was kind of cute. I was here for it.
Scotty. I think his name is Scotty, and he was on top.
No, it was something Jamaican. It was Scotland or Scott Lee.
And he was on Hell's Kitchen. So you can look him up that way. He was on Hell's Kitchen. So Marlo gets to the restaurant. She sees him. She immediately becomes thirsty, starts, flirting, making inappropriate jokes, talking about sucking the head off the crawfish and cutting the head off. She said she liked the head, and it's the first date. Like you don't have to.
She said she's not sucking the head. That I think
you don't have to pull all your cards on the first date.
I think he initiated that. I don't think she went in honestly. With the because he initiated that. Asked her, did she prefer head on? Does she eat the head or not? And she said, I don't suck the head. Like she said, I don't suck the head. And so he was like, you don't eat or suck the head? And she was like, no. So I think he
get the juices out.
And he let her know that Jamaicans love to suck the head. That's how they do. You ever suck the head, suck it right out. They make sure they get every drop of the juices. They get it out. So he was trying to tell her. So she was like, "Not me, girl. I'm not. I
think she got it in there. I mean, how do you think she got her money? How do you think she got her money?
Real stiff. Hey, protect my.
I mentioned on the way she called Drew. And she was really, her intention was to eat Drew up with that fakeness. Like she was just cussing Drew out and then get on the phone with her. Hey girl, like to me that fake and phoniness, that's not a good look for the camera. While you trying to call Drew fake, you really appeared real fake in that moment when you calling somebody and your intentions is not pure. And she's calling Drew and she thought that she was gonna get over on Drew, but Drew let her know how she was feeling. And she, I don't like how you've been showing up as a friend. Immediately, when somebody is holding Marlo's foot to the fire, she don't know how to take it. She hung up on her and start dogging around. I'm like, and then you wonder why people don't want to invite you to stuff.
Yeah, Marlo has a lot of issues that she needs to work through. Because it's like it's showing up in your friendships. Like it's ridiculous. Like because we was rooting for you, Marlo. Like we always rooting for you to have a peach. Like we wanted you to have a peach. We like we want to see what. And now that you have one, this is what you do.
Are they? I don't like Marlo and Scott Lee. I don't think they're together for a little bit.
But I think he's cute. He owns a restaurant. He could cook.
He's a former felon, and he has
both felons. I mean, well, I don't know her charges, but they can relate. They can understand each other because, you know, during the commercials, they had it, you know, they had it seemingly like she was turning her nose up to him when he said that he's been arrested. And I said, I know Marlo ain't yeah, I like it. I like it.
I mean, they look good.
They look good together. I like it, and I think he got just enough plug in him to handle Marlo. Those
he has
like
a
he probably
1-year-old though. Like a 1-year-old wouldn't make a difference. Like a crying baby, a 1-year-old.
I don't think like right now being she's dating. I don't know where this is gonna go, but that was a red flag for me. Those kids that's
a 1-year-old. Like, you couldn't make it out. You couldn't make it work with the lady you just had a baby with.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Not even that they couldn't make it work. Is it still working on the low? Because a lot of times with the baby's fresh, you're gonna have to go back over there. This and the third. This is, and I know from experience that is trauma. Like I said, my son and my husband's other son is like Irish twins. They're 6 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we wasn't married at the time. His son is older than mine, and to have like. You got to go over there for holidays, you know, drop off gifts and stuff starts to build up. Like that's why I was like, oh my God, ain't no Christmas. Like you go over there the day after Christmas, which was stupid because you still could do the same thing the day after Christmas. Mm-hmm. But your dumb logic would say that, and that's really difficult to handle because the Christmas tree, the Yule log is on TV, the hot cocoa is on. You got the baby sitting, and the baby's still young, like mama, dada, mama. That so now the father's looking at, you know, this child like, oh my God, I abandoned my child. This is a family, you know, and they probably feel that for the moment. And then after they get the goodies, they snap back into reality and wait, I don't live here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go home. You know what I'm saying? And they go home and that's the moment
is always the go-to.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that with young kids like that because that's a iffy age. It can still work out. You know, the kid gets sick. They look in each other's eyes over the sick baby.
I'm sorry, a 1-year-old is way too young to be out here trying to date somebody new and bring somebody new into the situation. Wait till that kid gets a little bit older, becomes a toddler. It just seemed way too young.
A teenager, not even a toddler.
And he said he got 2 kids under 5, so you know he running back and forth between his last 2 baby mamas. That's what we were just saying. It just It's not good. It's not a good look, but maybe it's good for Marlo because she don't.
I'm saying if she just want to front, you know, what I'm saying she want to go out to the restaurant because his restaurant looks very nice. Maybe she wants to see, like, you know,
she was always in the plaza, like she always, you know, trying to dog somebody out
because she has to have this pretend thing, like she's so high class to make her feel okay with herself. Because, like I said, she is the epitome of you could put lipstick on a pig and it's still a pig. She's the epitome of that because you will never be, no matter how much Gucci you put on, no matter how much Balenciaga you put on, you're not that. And they will never see you as that. They will never look at you and say that you are one of the upscale, classy women. Like you are tarnished. And in mainstream, like you're very much so tarnished. And it's not me saying this, it's the world. You know what I'm saying? That's just the world that we live in. That you are tarnished, you will never get to the status that you want to be at, and you will never be comfortable.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you can still find love, but you just gonna have to find.
Not that she found love, but she's so much into status. Like she wants to, like she's at the strip mall. Oh my God!
But Marlo don't have no status.
Like, this is what I'm saying. She is the epitome of you put lipstick on a pig and it's still a pig. Like how are you worrying about the strip mall? Oh my God, is this the strip mall? And you like
live in a townhouse, which is like a strip mall.
Please, but it makes her feel good. It makes her feel like she's important. Like if I eat at these places, I wear these type of clothes. Like I said, you could put on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of clothes, but them people who really make the clothes and stuff like that, they will never accept you. Never.
Cleo said that she know one of the baby moms of his. Is it the one that has the 1-year-old, or did he have an additional one after the 1-year-old? Let us know because he seemed like he gives player vibes, like Love Jones. It just seemed like
very smooth.
He's very all over the place with it. I mean, Marlo was ready to set the head on the first day. It just seemed like, you know, that's the energy that I was getting from him. You know, he just like
he was giving smooth operator. He was giving
operator Love Jones.
Operator.
Dip over there, and Papa was a Rolling Stone type of guy, you know, because that baby's still, burping and farting.
Well, he's a smooth operator. Marlo said her love dives and it jumps. And it's deeper than the deepest ocean. Can't give you more than that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all she worried about is that check clearing.
She's about her money, boy.
The money. That's all she wants. So as long as he got money, that's all Marlo really needs, because that's what she wants. It's status. And if she ever becomes a wife, she'll maybe get that status. But she's not
you can become a wife, but you still probably won't be accepted in those circles that she wants to be accepted in.
This girl
the way she wants to be accepted.
Hold up. Cleo said this girl was pregnant while he's on the date. Sorry. So he had a baby on Marlo?
Ooh.
Right. So I was right. So it just seemed like he just be in the streets, fornicating, and
that's careless. Like, you're careless with it. Like, cause you
get a girl pregnant and you on a date with Marlo. But at least he can get Marlo pregnant, but still. Obviously he like him young. Maybe he wanted some, maybe he's an opportunist and saw this as an opportunity to get more recognition for his restaurant. I think it's a lot of stuff at play here. I think that, this is like
well, who knows? Marlo may could get pregnant. Trina pregnant.
Trina is not pregnant. She's been eating. Like I said, but when we was talking about Trina yesterday, I said she looked like she been eating.
But I would slap her style. Her stylists need to be beat down.
It didn't look good. It did not look good.
You never allowed her to come out on that stage looking like a Teletubby, looking like the red Teletubby. They is dead wrong. Like, it wasn't even that she gained weight, because we get older. Like, you're not going to stay the same size. Like, you're going to gain weight. But it's the point of the flatter. Like, wear something flattering to the shape, and for you to be out there with that red catsuit in red of all colors, like. And then when people say you pregnant, you like change the subject. No, you know what you came out there looking like. Don't get mad at me.
They thought you was pregnant. I could tell a fed woman when I see her, and that woman was like
she eating lobster. She eating steak and lobster.
She been fed. So the next episode, we have the return of Kim Hosiak, Lisa Wu, and Deshaun. I think Deshaun was there, but Lisa Wu really wanted to get back in the camera so bad. Every time she on the camera, she doing a lot. The last season she was on there, and that season that she was on, she just wanted to yell and fuss. And I'm like, ma'am, you were here for all of 10 seconds. Like, what are you mad about?
I need Lisa Wu back, because I need her to spill some tea on Ed Hartwell, because I need to know. Like, because after he done, he left you and went down to the Keisha Knight podium and ruined our American Black. She was a poster child for the American, and you done went there and tarnished her. You know what I'm saying?
It was Rudy's reputation. Rudy had a
Rudy. How you gonna do that to Rudy?
Ruined Rudy's reputation. Then she started acting with Tyler Perry to get the money back after she done took all his
Rudy. And Rudy took a long. Rudy, you didn't hear nothing about Rudy for years, decades. Like Rudy
residuals. But when them allegations came out, she had to get back to work, because they wasn't playing Cosby Show like that. But they was playing Seventh Heaven, and
Ed, like, ooh, I knew he was up to no good when he didn't want to believe his knee was broke. That knee don't work no more, Ed. It wasn't working. He was in denial. I'm work this. No. It's gone.
Especially when you're a third string football player, when you get hurt, they let you go. And he was already on his last leg. It
ain't no good. She's standing on the side with her arms folded, like.
And she was kicked out the Sunbeams at that moment. She was out the Sunbeams, and they just gave her a care package, and you was not in the Sunbeams no more.
Right.
You was the third string. Like, you're out. You're done. So I wonder what they're gonna bring next episode.
If they bring those girls back, I'm a Nene. I don't care what Nene said.
You gotta do some heavy begging. I'm
gonna need Nene to grovel. I'm gonna need Nene to bring that man and his wife. I'm gonna need Nene to do what needs to be done for her to get her position back on the show. Because if they bring it back, they done dig up Deshaun Snow, and they done got Lisa Wu. And they done brought back
I
Kim.
was looking back at some of the older episodes, and I forgot Tanya. Tanya was a good extra. She was fun. Remember Tanya?
I never liked her.
You never liked Tanya?
Oh, she good. She irked me. Oh my God, that lady irked me. And
she had money. I could take Tanya over Sanya.
And no, actually, I'll take Tanya because she was like, she's one of those people that's super nerdy, and you could tell, and I could tell that she's highly intelligent. She's really smart, and then she tries to be like down because she's like a nerd. I could tell that she's a nerd that tries to be down. Mm-hmm. And when she lied with that thing with Portia, Tanya, you was down to the thing with that man. You was just making sure your fiance. Then you left the show after that. You was like, I will not get caught in this lie.
Was really only whole shit that season.
She left life. She was like, I'm leaving the whole show. I'm not coming back. But she's one that.
But that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. She probably
was screaming.
There was on that whole shit that season. And then the next year you got married to the African prince. But that's all I have for Housewives of Atlanta. Do you have anything else to say before we close things out?
I just want to reiterate, if this ever circulates to Bravo or anybody who's affiliated with Bravo, let Nene know what she got to do to come back and sit down at this table, because I do think it would be epic. I would even accept Kim if Nene's there. I'm not trying to because I really don't. Did y'all hear the tape of Kim calling the cops? What they calling the cops?
Yeah, but that's white privilege, because black people, like I said, when we call the cops right now in Atlanta, I can call the cops right now, and the cops will get here in about 2 or 3 hours.
Wow.
But Kim, you calling the police for any minor inconvenience? Oh, Croy mad because I let my girlfriend
in the bathroom. Like, you mean to tell me in that big house you only got one bathroom?
It's just like y'all call for it's just the white privilege of it all. I'm gonna just call for any minor inconvenience. But if I call the police, I was in a car accident. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours for the police to get there.
Yeah, and if we accept Kim back, I'm gonna need Kim to come back Poe. I'm gonna need her to come back Poe and acting Poe. I don't want nothing to be Poe. I want her to act like her real life. I don't want her to act like she bougie. I want to see her with a red cup on every scene. She's gonna be drinking Chardonnay with a red cup, crying, smoke. I want her back smoking cigarettes. I want it back. I want her to get real. I want it to be real, because you was already down to the casino and you left the little girl
to go gamble.
2-3 hours to gamble. This is what I want. I want some low down trailer trash. This is what I want from Kim. This is the only way I'm going to accept her back. And I think Nene should be here because both of them are like on equal plane. Like, for them to come from where they come from, and now you're coming back on this. Like, Nene has lost Greg. Nene has a new man that's married. So now she could say, well, her wig shifted, close your legs to marry men. I want them to get into it. This is the only way this will work. Nene must be there.
Yeah, they really need to do something, because this is kind of grasping at straws at this point, trying to put something together, because y'all are not bringing it this season.
They need Nene, because I'll accept Deshaun, and I'll accept
Nene has to humble herself. Her head got too big. Humble yourself. This is not your show. Even though you brought the girls together and you was a big part of it, Bravo wants to prove that they're in charge. So you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them and get your money. With that being said,
no, because this could be a whole new series. See, actually, this don't even have to be Housewives of Atlanta. This could be starting over.
Yeah.
This could be starting over Atlanta, because Nene's starting over, Kim is starting over. If Lisa Wu is not starting over, she needs to start over. Deshaun she started because she's no longer married to Eric Snow.
Yeah.
So this could be a seat with the 4 of them, and maybe throw in Phaedra, the 5 of them, and let's starting over Atlanta. Call it starting over Atlanta, and this could be something different, because you still didn't accept.
Yeah, but they have to make those fences. And I think that lawsuit really did it for Bravo. Bravo hates lawsuits. they really don't like them amongst the cast members, and especially if you're going against the network. So thank y'all for joining us tonight. We are gonna be back Friday for yet another video. Y'all get another one this week.
We
It's
did three. We doing
a
three.
lot that's been going on, and we will be uncovering all of that on Friday. Y'all make sure to send us topics to our Instagram DM, whatever y'all want us to talk about. Mace, do you have anything else to say before we close it out?
No, just like to thank the people for coming, spending time with us, and that's it. And this season is going very slow.
It's
It's giving me slow again.
It do not need to be 20 episodes. It really don't. It really don't. But thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all on Friday for our review of the mess that's going on for the week. So y'all be safe, and we will see y'all Friday. Good night, y'all.